So big props go out to Kanoki for this one. So we've actually got, we've got the build order down. I'm going to show you guys a replay just to sort of give you guys the idea of what's going to happen, but it is absolutely disgusting. Oh my God. Okay, so how does it work? How does it work? All right, so this strategy is legitimately insane. You rush, you semi-fast fortress, you fast industrial, you boom, you mass, and you turtle at the same time. You literally do every single strategy. It is ridiculous. So we've got Unwashed Berry here, who is going to be playing for us today. So we'll take a look and see what it is that they're doing. So with this strategy, you want to prioritize food treasures and XP treasures in the early game. You're not worried about wood. You're not worried about coin. Those are the two big ones. So we take a look at the deck. Some of the key cards in this deck. Spanish Immigrants is the big card here. This card is going to be what's carrying the strategy. Okay, and then you see we've got quite an industrial age deck as well here. So plenty of AIDS stuff, I'd say, but a lot of big cards in here. Some nice shipments as well. So I'll take you guys through and take a look at this all-in-one strategy for the United States. Now picking up another, so that's a 70 food treasure, not too bad. We've got another food treasure over here that he'll be picking up shortly. So opponent is playing on China, or the Chinese. So it's Happy. So for anybody wondering about Happy, Happy is a China main. So he is very comfortable with where he is currently, like playing China. A really nice civilization for him to be playing. So we'll speed it up a little bit because I'll show you more of this build order and exactly how we're going to be doing it. A little bit of action coming down here. United States Explorer, very careful not to get caught up, and just putting out a little bit of damage onto the enemy Explorer as well as the Disciple. Now going up with Virginia, going up with 16 villages here, and you'll see the shipment has just come in. And take a look, it's going to come straight away. Spanish Immigrants, there it is. Spanish Immigrants coming in straight away. And you can see that the Chinese Explorer is trying to move so fast to get over here, but Unwashed Berry is just... Oh, actually, never mind. Oh no, he is going to go for it now. Unwashed Berry is going to be able to get this one over him. So taking that treasure out, that's gonna help him. So what's the idea with this strategy? How do you do everything in one? Okay, and that is a great question. So there's a couple of ways that we're going to be doing that. So the first part is my friend, the Outpost Wagon. So Outpost Wagon, you take a look how early this Outpost Wagon is coming out. Okay, this is quite an early Outpost Wagon. So it's much faster than like an age-up Outpost Wagon that you'd be getting with, say, something like you know, Massachusetts. Oh no, Massachusetts. With something like you know, Pennsylvania. That's probably the best bet. So now we see a forward village coming out from Happy. Now Happy spots this, okay? He sees the line of sight. He begins sieging it immediately with his Explorer, but only building this with one villager. Probably a little bit of an oversight from his part. I guess most United States players don't actually play aggressively. Now, he's sending in 7 Step Riders to the forward base. And we take a look at Unwashed Berry. So we can see that military wagon is now coming forward, going to be placing that barracks down. And the first card going out is the State Militia. A little bit of a misplacement there, just because that sheep was sitting there. Now the Chinese Explorer is probably going to be making the wrong decision, trying to kill the United States Explorer here. But we'll talk more about this build order. So now the flag has been dropped down. After the barracks has been dropped down, the flag gets dropped down. That's going to be training the regulars extra quickly, and you've got this huge army that's about to pop out of this. So we take a look at the perspective of Happy. Happy's moving up. He hasn't sent his Step Riders to the front, and for a good reason. So we're at 5 minutes 28 seconds right now, and we've got the 8 State Militia as well as the Tercio Pikes getting called from the Spanish Immigrants, and then we've got 5 regulars that come out. And at this point, like, the forward base is completely gone. It's just there's no two ways about it. There's nothing that he could do in this position to possibly salvage this. There's no shipment you can send. There's no units that you can make. There's nothing that you can do. So now a villager's going to go down. He's going to lose the War Academy as well. And we take a look back at Unwashed Berry. We see what he's up to. So population blocked at the moment. So needs to be fighting with his opponent to be losing it. Actually cancelling those muskets. Now sending in Virginia General Assembly. So that's going to give, obviously, a huge amount of experience, huge amount of line of sight. And so the FB is completely destroyed. That's minus 400 wood over here. Killed a villager as well, so technically 500 resources. I think you got a unit or two as well. A couple of pikemen. We can turn off the fog of war so you guys can see what's going to happen. So now pushing in, just being careful not to commit at this stage. Just really like aiming to idle, do a little bit of damage. See if you can pick up a village or two here. You know, these are quite a fair bit of wood, 180 wood. And at the same time behind this, going for that toxic semi-FF. So now the shipment comes in of the CKN. The CKN are doing quite well against the state militia. They're still sieging down the village. So the CKN have come in on perfect time. We take a look at the shipments that he sent. He sent back-to-back unit shipments. He's gone 1-2. Just to try and hold this, he has had to go back-to-back unit shipments because he's lost his forward base. So that's really what the key is there. And then we take a look back at the United States player sending that 700 coin in. On top of that, got the state capital up over here. So this is all like very, very well worked out, this build order. He knows exactly what he's doing. All the timings are meticulous here. And now it looks like he's going to be a little bit popped here. I think maybe just potentially training up a regular just in case. Obviously aging up, and now we see the step riders now moving up towards the north. Okay, so 700 coin comes in, obviously going to be aging up with that, and then the age up is, you'll be surprised, Indiana. So not going up with New Hampshire. New Hampshire is what's got the factory, and the factory is not going to be as strong as what you get with Indiana. So we take a look. We'll speed it up a little bit. Going with the Oregon Trail. Oregon Trail is going to be an important aspect of this build order. I will explain. A push now on the front. So with the remaining units, a push coming on the front. But keep in mind that the United States player can call Minutemen. There come the Minutemen pop. So the second pop of Minutemen, because we had that first pop with the pikemen in the beginning of the game. Pikemen now moving up to the north, taking down these step riders. And 700 wood coming in behind this. This 700 wood, I'm sure you guys know exactly what's going to happen with the 700 wood. We'll speed it up. And the United States player managing to hold. Now, that 700 wood, for anybody who was paying attention, so it was Oregon Trail that was researched at the state capital. Oregon Trail reduces the cost of wagons that you make. And of course, the town center wagon, I'm a big fan of it, so that's exactly what happens. So we can see this is a relatively competitive age up time before 9 minutes 30-ish. And going to be up into the Fortress Age. Okay. Fortress Age has now been reached. And with the Fortress Age, the very first card is Indiana Mammoth Improvement Act. 2 town centers coming out. So now we've got, this is the toxic semi-fast fast fortress that's come out. 2 town centers. The flag going down. This is the new forward base that's been made. Okay, this forward base can probably be given up at this point. But if you lose this forward base, you're forced back to here. So you really don't want to lose this forward base, but the opponent now pushing up. Now, keep in mind, this could be 3 Gatlings if you wanted it to be. It doesn't have to be Indiana Mammoth Improvement Act. Just because, like, this is, like, the most greedy version of the build. You could go something a little bit better here. And so we see another fight breaking out. All the pikemen just getting picked off so that the sieging doesn't happen. Indiana Mammoth Improvement Act has now arrived. And we will see an age up in queue any second. There's the age up. So now going up with South Carolina. So going up to the 4th age. Now, this is in queue at 10 minutes and 40. Literally before 11 minutes, it is in queue. Okay, and then on top of that, sending in advanced frontier defenses. We've got a bit of a raid coming on back here, but Musketeers in the base going to be able to clean it up. Let's keep in mind 2 town centers over here. So we've got the forward town centers actually doing the research, and the back town centers are still making villages. And then sending in advanced frontier defenses. Obviously, the opponent has been very anchored to this point, but now upgrading the outposts into the next level, and then dropping 3 outposts on the front line, aging up to the 4th age, booming off 3 town centers, massing units at the same time. It is literally doing everything at the same time, and the opponent is just sitting in his base. He's like, oh, well, I guess I got to send 700 coin at this stage, right? Well, he realizes that there's nothing he can do. He's down 5,000 score. He's lost his army multiple times. And that is how you do the everything build order for the United States. I don't even know what we call this build order because it is just absolutely ridiculous. And I think at this point, the opponent actually just calls good game. The opponent says, I'm completely been outmassed, you know. There, opponent just saying GG, no fight or anything like that, just seeing the scores. But, you know, undoubtedly the United States player would have been going to the 4th age, booming off 3 town centers. The other thing is you can always call Culpeper Minutemen as well. And going up to the 4th age, you can access Minutemen companies, which is like even more. So you can get like these crazy strong Minutemen. It's just... it is insane. So a big thank you going out to Kanoki for this specific build order. Kanoki was the guy who developed this. If you're unfamiliar with Kanoki, noidletc.com. I'm going to leave a link down in the description to this video for it. And this is the brand new build order for the United States.